Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them, including today. Disney says streaming is dead and there's just not money there anymore. We'll tell you what's really happening and why they're saying that. Also, Warner Bros. Discovery getting ready to get rid of things like CNN and other cable networks. We'll break down that news. And also, Fubo. Some big new features coming to Fubo, especially in the world of sports. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about any of the stories, I'll put a link to each one in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. With that said, let's dive into it. All right, according to the creator of Andor, the very popular Star Wars show that just wrapped up season 2 on Disney+, Disney executives fought him on the budget for the show, saying, quote, it just isn't, let me remove the quote, I'm paraphrase, there just isn't money in streaming anymore, and streaming is dead. So what's happening here? For years and years and years, streaming was seen as a loss leader. Especially Disney was willing to sell their content at a loss on streaming and pour a lot of money into it with the goal of growing their subscriber base with the hope of having more and more people subscribe, grow it, and make money down the road. Well, now that's changed. Now these companies want to make money now because their cable companies and their cable networks are not making money. And because of that, Disney has come out and said they're going to cut back on the amount of content and what they're spending on originals for their streaming services. And while streaming isn't dead by any means, the golden age of content, of just spending whatever you wanted because who cares, we'll make it up later, is just over. These companies are now being much more careful in what they spend on TV shows and spending $20+ million, according to reports for Andor, per episode. It's just not happening. That the budget for the show was reportedly over $650 million. It's hard to make that up when people are paying just less than $10 a month for the ad-supported plans for that content. And because of that, we're seeing pushback on it. Excuse me. Now, Disney Plus has done a few things here. First of all, removed some content they view as less popular because that way they don't have to pay the ongoing rights for it. And they will reportedly be producing less original content with it. We'll keep a very close eye on this. But I think this is going to be a growing trend for more and more cable companies and streaming companies out there. That we're going to see less original content. Think back, 20 years, there was 4 big networks that would have 4 original shows every night that were new. Nowadays, instead of just producing maybe 4 new shows every season for your network, or 5 or 6, some of these companies are trying to do 20 or 30 for their different streaming services. And because of that, they're pouring a lot more money in there for content creation. It hasn't necessarily been paying off. I suspect we'll see more cable companies and streaming services cut back. So look for less original content, whether it be on TNT or ABC or on streaming going forward. All right, let's keep moving along. Warner Bros. Discovery is getting ready, according to reports, to spin off its cable networks, including CNN and others, into an independent company. Now, we've been hearing this for a while. Seems to be more true every day. They've been carefully moving staff around, getting staff into different positions within the companies as they prepare to spin them off. Why would they want to spin out their cable companies? Well, because they're losing money. They're kind of a red line on the stock books, and when they report their quarterly earnings, they can show all this great streaming and studio numbers and all kinds of stuff, but then you have these cable networks that are just dragging the whole thing down. And because of that, they've decided to cut back on how much they're paying for that by spinning it off. Putting it into an independent company, just like Comcast is doing for MSNBC, CNBC, USA, and others, allows them to still retain majority ownership of it, pull the profits out of these companies, but no longer report them on their own books as an independently traded company there with them. They don't have to combine that with the Max streaming service numbers, for example. Look for other companies to do this. I do believe, though, that we will see some cable TV networks in this move shut down. And Warner Bros. Discovery owns a lot of cable networks, everything from CNN to the Discovery Channel to HGTV and TNT and others are all under the same roof. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see a few of these cut back and not have as many of them. We'll see what happens. But with this, look for massive cuts. Even if they don't shut down the networks, I suspect we'll see massive cuts for the number of content offered there and the staffing on board. All right, next story up. Fubo is going to be launching more pay-per-view events. You will now be able to buy pay-per-view events through Fubo in a new partnership there with some upcoming fights starting on June 7th and June 10th. There'll be $29.95 each with this. As Fubo looks to diversify their business as they ever try to find a way towards profitability. They've been improving their profitability, but they're still losing money according to their most recent earnings report overall with that. We'll keep an eye on this, see how it plays out, but if you are looking for pay-per-view events and you're a Fubo subscriber, good news is you're not going to go to a third-party app anymore. You'll be able to get it right through the Fubo app. All right, another Today I'm Feeling Old moment. Today in TV and movie history, 27 years ago this week, The Truman Show was released. At the time, a rather groundbreaking concept, a very original movie. Today, people willingly live their life streamed online and pretty much give you full access to everything they do. But back in the 90s, when the show or movie was released on June 5th, 1998, the idea of 24/7 somebody's life being broadcast on television, in this case without his knowledge, was a revolutionary idea and drew a huge following. Now in 2025, it feels like we almost live the Truman Show when you go on things like YouTube, Twitch, and so many other streaming services out there where people are live streaming their lives or at least posting videos of pretty much everything they do every day. So check it out. Any Truman Show fans? Link to it in the show notes if you want to go watch it. Speaking of Disney Plus, we talked about cutbacks there. Disney Plus is going to be getting a new movie soon. Snow White is coming on June 11th to Disney Plus. The new live action of the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937 is going to be joining here June 11th, but you can watch the original right now on Disney Plus. With that, I would suspect it will also be available for rent and purchase on many digital storefronts here at about the same time also with that. And lastly, if you're looking for a good deal today, if you've been thinking about getting the new Roku Pro series, which is one of the best TVs available right now with a Roku OS built in, right now they're on sale for 50% off select models, including the 65-inch Pro 4K QLED TV. Check it out. It's a very powerful Roku TV. Would recommend it. Link in the show. It's 50% off if you want to check it out if you're looking for a high-end Roku TV. Hey, a few quick things. Huge thank you to everybody for your support. It's been an amazing 2025 already. Tens of thousands of new subscribers have subscribed here. We appreciate your support. Feels like just a few weeks ago we were trying to get over 500 or 300,000, and now we're well past 300,000. We really do appreciate that. I've been seeing a lot of comments, requests for tech support in the comments. And I do try to answer some comments there. It's hard to do tech support in comments on YouTube because when I comment, it doesn't notify me if you reply back to me. Hard to have a discussion there. We do have a Facebook group specifically designed to help people with cord cutting. It's called the Cord Cutting Tech Support. If you find it, there's over 100,000 people there. I have a link to it in the show notes down below if you want to check that out. And you can join it, over 100,000 people willing to answer your cord cutting related questions. Hopefully that helps. Also, if you like these stories and you want to get these stories and more in your email box every morning, we have a free newsletter that goes out every morning. Link in the show notes if you want to sign up. It's 100% free and you get all these stories directly in your email box every morning. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.